After 6 consecutive days of exciting Euro 2020 qualifying fixtures, I'm here on Tuesday, March 26 to wrap up the match day 2 fixtures. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I like to take the time to say thanks to everyone who have been, watching these Euro 2020 qualifiers video. I really appreciate it. I put a lot of time into it, and I appreciate those of you who put the time in to actually, watch the vids and, discuss all the fixtures and the group standings and so on and so forth with me. So I really appreciate that. So guys, let's recap yesterday's fixtures before we go into today's fixtures. So yesterday we had Turkey defeating Moldova 4-0. Montenegro losing to England 1-5. There was, some controversy in that game with the fans, making racial slurs at the English players, the black ones. Then we had Kosovo and Bulgaria playing to a 1-1 draw. Portugal and Serbia played to a 1-1 draw with Cristiano Ronaldo picking up a hamstring injury. That was the biggest talking point of that game. Luxembourg narrowly losing to the Ukraine. Well, not the Ukraine. To Ukraine, 2-1. France smashing Iceland 4-0. And Albania destroying Andorra 3-0. So on Tuesday, March 26, 2019, we had 8 fixtures from groups D, F, and J. So let's start with the Group D matches. So guys, Group D. Let me start with the least exciting up until the most exciting. Well, we had 2 Group D fixtures. Republic of Ireland versus Georgia. So the Republic of Ireland won their first fixture. I think that was against Gibraltar. And they won this one versus Georgia as well. So what a way to start off their Euro 2020 qualifiers campaign with 2 wins. Even though they were narrow 1-0 margins, the Republic of Ireland, are starting things off really well under their new boss, Mick McCarthy. So I just saw on my notification that PJ Maguire, he's very happy. He's one of my subscribers and, followers on Twitter, and he is really happy with the way the Republic of Ireland team performed. So, thank you very much, PJ, for, that little tidbit there, because I did not watch the game. So in this game, we had Hurihan scoring in the 36th minute, and, the Republic of Ireland shut up shop and picked up a big win there. So that was actually his first senior international goal. So that's really good. And it said that he won it with a fine free kick. So good stuff. And this was actually a home match. So big home win for the Republic of Ireland. And that takes them to the top of the Group D table with a big win there. Wow. 6 points for the Republic of Ireland. This is a team I'm not really predicting to qualify directly from the group, because this group has Switzerland and Denmark in there, who are the favorites to, of course, qualify directly. But the Republic of Ireland is showing us that, they can definitely do it. Talking about Switzerland and Denmark, guys. Oh my God. We had one of the most exciting fixtures of this, current international break and, the Euro 2020 qualifiers. Switzerland 3. See, I'm wearing the Switzerland World Cup jersey right now. Denmark 3. And guys, you would not believe it. I was actually watching this game, and the point in time I was watching it, Switzerland were 1-0 up after halftime from a Freuler goal, a controversial goal. He scored it in the 19th minute. And I was at work. I said, you know what, let me just finish up whatever I had to do. I can't be watching this game while I have, time-sensitive things on my hands. So I didn't watch the second half. And I went back, checked my, YouTube comments, and my boy MW Trolley, who is from Denmark, he was so excited. He's like, I can't believe, we came back, to draw the game. And I was like, oh, okay, so they came back and scored a goal. But when I checked the scoreline, it was 3-3, and it was a remarkable comeback, one of the most remarkable comebacks, you know, you could ever see. So Freuler scored in the 19th minute, then Xhaka scored a screamer in the 66th, and then Braille and Bolo scored in the 76th. So Switzerland were 3-0 up and cruising with 15 minutes to go. But the Danes fought back. Age Hairade's men fought back. Matthias Jorgensen, the defender, scored in the 84th minute. I think it was set up by Eriksson. And then Gaikya scored in the 88th minute. And then Dalsgaard, you know, I think he's a fullback, scored in the 3rd minute of extra time, you know, to snatch a point. To basically snatch a point from the depths of the abyss, because they should have never ever picked up a point from this game. So hats off to Denmark. You know, they have been in very, 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 very good form, you know, leading up to the World Cup, during the World Cup, and now after the World Cup. So good stuff. This has to be one of the most dramatic comebacks. It was a thriller. So Switzerland, man, they must be kicking themselves. They must be kicking themselves. They should have picked up 3 points here. So not good at all. Not good from Switzerland. So Switzerland, guys, remember, they won their first game. They defeated Georgia. I think that game was a 2-1 affair. Let me double check. It was a 2-0 win for Switzerland. And they could have made it, you know, 2-2, but they have to settle for second right now. 4 points behind the Republic of Ireland. Denmark joined their first game. That's the only game they played so far in qualifiers. They have 1 point. Gibraltar, no point. And Georgia, no point. I don't expect Georgia and Gibraltar to even, you know, compete in this group at all. So that wraps up the Group D fixtures. I'm doing things a little different today. You know, like going group by group instead of going through all the fixtures and then recapping the groups, but I'm doing them, you know, group by group. So that, you know, rounds off the Group D fixture. So let's go on to Group F. We had 3 Group F matches. In Group F, you know, the first game, Romania defeated the Faroe Islands 4-1. Remember, Romania actually lost their first match versus Sweden. So that's a good comeback there. 4-1 versus the Faroe Islands, who, you know, losing their second game in a row after losing to Malta on match day 1. So not a good start by the Faroe Islands, who looked okay in the UEFA Nations League at the beginning, and then their form fell away, and they're continuing their slump into, you know, this Euro 2020 qualifiers. So in this game for Romania, we had Deac scoring in the 26th minute, then Kesharu scoring in the 29th and 33rd minute. Kesharu has been in really, really good form. And then the Faroe Islands pegging one back in the 48th minute through a penalty from Davidson. Then we had the young George Puskás scoring in the 63rd minute to make it 4-1 for Romania. So good stuff. Good stuff there for Romania. Faroe Islands will play Spain in June, and Norway will play Romania in June. So that's their next fixtures. So let's move on to the next Group F match, which was between Malta and Spain. I'm leaving the other really, really tasty one for last here in Group F. So Malta 0, Spain 2 with a brace from Alvaro Morata in the 31st and 73rd minute. You know, Morata, he needed those goals, man, because the last game, he squandered a lot of chances. So it's really good for him to get on the score sheet, even if it's against Malta, to, you know, to boost his confidence. So really, really happy for him there. So it could have been more goals, but, you know, Malta kept it down to 2. So 2 wins and 2 for the Spaniards, man. Good start to their Euro 2020 campaign under their new boss, Luis Enrique. Malta, you know, picking up a win on match day 1, but now losing on match day 2. I don't expect Malta to qualify for the Euros, neither, you know, through the qualifiers nor through the UEFA Nations League playoffs. Sorry, Malta. And next up, in Group F, we have Norway versus Sweden. Oh, man. Norway versus Sweden. Remember, Norway lost to Spain on match day 1. Sweden defeated Romania on match day 1. And in this game, Norway, man, it was their game to win, and they threw it away. It was a game of, comebacks, basically. If you want to, see a game that had many comebacks, this is the game. So we had Johnson scoring in the 41st minute for Norway, and then we had Joshua King scoring his, second goal in as many games in the 59th minute. So Norway were up 2-0 in the first hour. But Victor Claesson, he scored in the 78th minute, and I think he scored after, the captain Granqvist missed the penalty. So, the Swedes were back into the game. And the Swedes have shown bounce back ability, during the World Cup and in the UEFA Nations League. They topped their group, and they have been in very, very, very good form under Jan Andersen, man. This team is gritty. Remember, they prevented Italy from qualifying for the World Cup. This Swedish team, this same bunch of guys. So, back to the game. Claesson in the 78th minute. Then Nordvoigt scored an own goal in the 86th minute. So Sweden being 2-0 down, they were back level 2-2. And to make matters worse, Quaison scored in the 91st minute. I think he scored in the first match as well, to put the Swedes ahead. So they were 2-0 down, and now they were 3-2 up. But late drama in the game, Ola Kamara scored in the 7th minute of extra time to equalize for Norway. So they were leading, gave up the lead, went behind, and then came back and equalized, So very, very fortunate, Very, 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 very fortunate to pick up a point, though. Sweden, maybe they deserve to win the game after coming back, so dramatically. It was a thriller. It was a thriller. We saw, two thrillers, the one between Switzerland and Denmark, and now Norway versus Sweden, the Scandinavian derby. Guys, could you believe it? How better could it get? Scandinavian derby, man. So 3-3, they split the points. So am I done going through the games from this group? I think so. That was Group F. So to recap Group F, guys, Spain topping that group so far with 6 points. Did I say Spain topping the group with 6 points. I almost confused myself there with the Sweden, match. I almost thought Sweden won 2-2, but that Norwegian game was a draw. So Sweden second, 4 points. Spain topping the group so far, 6 points. I expect these two teams to qualify directly to the, the tournament. Romania third with 3 points. Malta fourth with 3 points. Norway fifth, 1 point. Norway will definitely contend for a spot, but I'm still going with Spain and Sweden. Then Faroe Islands at the bottom without a point. So the last group of the day, Group J, we had 3 fixtures. Armenia losing to Finland 2-0. Remember, Armenia did lose their first, game versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. And, that's 2 losses in 2 for Henrik Mkhitaryan and, his teammates. So Finland bouncing back after that, a loss versus Italy. So in this game, we had Jensen scoring in the 14th minute for Finland and Suari in the 78th. So good stuff by the Finns. They did play well in the UEFA Nations League, and they didn't play too bad versus Italy, but, they lacked the firepower up top. So they turned their fortunes around to pick up a very, very, very valuable 3 points. So the next fixture, Bosnia and Herzegovina 2, Greece 2. This one was another remarkable comeback. Another remarkable comeback. So we had Visha scoring in the 10th minute for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And then Pjanic put in, the Bosnians 2 goals up in the 15th minute. So halftime 2-0. Then I think this happened just after the hour mark, we had Miralem Pjanic getting a straight red card. And that actually, that was just after Fortunis's goal. He scored in the 64th minute from the penalty spot, and then Pjanic got sent off. I think that's how it went. And then Kolovos equalized in the 85th minute. These two teams, you know, these two countries are neighbors, very, very close proximity. So, what a comeback by the Greeks after winning on match. They won 2-0. 2-0 down, coming back to draw 2-2. Good stuff, good stuff. They're showing, you know, that the team has a lot of gumption there. So, Bosnia must be kicking themselves. You know, one of my subscribers, Bosnian subscribers, can't remember your name right now, but he commented and he said he can't believe that we blew the lead as well. So, you know, hard luck, man, Bosnia. Hopefully you don't, you know, later on in the competition, in the qualifiers, you don't rue, you know, dropping points here, because it might come down, you know, to 1 or 2 points or even goal difference late in qualifiers. So the last fixture I want to talk about is Italy 6, Liechtenstein 0. Wow, Italy really blow Liechtenstein away in this game. 6 goals. We had Fabio Quagiarella, 36-year-old, you know, Sampdoria striker, breaking a record for the oldest Italian goal scorer. I think he broke Christian Panucci's record. So congratulations to Quagiarella, man, being the oldest Italian goal scorer when he scored 2 penalties, one in the 35th and one in the 3rd minute of first half extra time. But his goals came after Sensi put Italy up 1-0 in the 17th minute, and Marco Verratti, I think this is only his like 2nd international goal. You know, he's not a goal scorer for the national team. He's not a natural goal scorer at all. So Italy were up 4-0 in the first half. And then in the second half, Moise Kean, he scored again after, you know, scoring in the first match, becoming the youngest ever Italian goal scorer in competitive fixtures, I think. You know, he broke a record in that game and he scored again. So, you know, if he continues scoring like this, he will be, you know, one of the mainstays in the Italian team, you know, going forward. Then we had Pavoletti scoring in the 76th minute. So he actually scored on debut. So we can see that Roberto Mancini is definitely revolutionizing. Revolutionizing. He is, you know, starting a revolution, you know, with the Italian team after the disastrous tenure from Gian Piero, what's his name again, man? Gianluigi, I can't even remember his name. Ventura, Gian Piero Ventura, I think his name is. After, you know, Italy missed the World Cup there, they need to turn their fortunes around, you know, make it to the Euros, you know, perform well and make it to the 2022 World Cup. And they're looking like they on the right path, you know, blooding a lot of new youngsters, you know, mixing with some of the old guards still around, Chiellini, Bonucci, you know, as well, still around. So big win for Italy and big goals for Fabio Quagiarella. I think they should keep Quagiarella around, you know, even if they use him off the bench. He is a clinical striker. You could see the first game versus Finland. He came off the bench and he almost scored twice. So keep him around. Don't just award him 2, you know, caps because he had a great season. If he's playing well, don't factor in his age. Just, you know, give him the, you know, the playtime, give him the caps. You know, Euro 2020 will be a very, very nice tournament for him to put a feather in his cap and retire gracefully, you know. You can't be ungrateful to your, you know, servants at all. You know, he has been a great footballing servant for Italy. So, really, really good stuff by Mancini there, you know, rewarding form. So, that rounds up all the fixtures on the 26th of March 2019. Match day 2 of Euro 2020. That's in 19. Euro 2020 qualifiers. The Euro 2020 qualifiers will be back in June. Also, we will have the UEFA Nations League finals, the semifinals, you know, England versus the Netherlands, Switzerland versus Portugal. Pick your winners, guys. I think it might be England. But any team that wins it, you know, it will be a good look for any of these teams. So, you know, guys, since today is the last, you know, day of the qualifiers in the current international window, we're going to do a quick recap of how all the group stands right now. So, in Group A, right now, we have England and Bulgaria qualifying for the tournament because they are leading and second in the table. Kosovo third, 1 point. Montenegro fourth, 1 point. Czech Republic at the bottom. They played Brazil today. They lost 3-1. Group B, Ukraine and Luxembourg qualifying so far, but that might change, you know. 4 points for Ukraine, 3 points for Luxembourg. Portugal, 2 points, 2 draws they have so far. Serbia, 1 point with 1 draw after 1 game. Lithuania at the bottom without a point. Group C right now, Northern Ireland and Germany are qualifying, but, you know that may change. Netherlands third with 3 points. Estonia fourth and Belarus last without points. Group D, Republic of Ireland qualifying so far. Switzerland, well, Republic of Ireland with a perfect 6 points so far. Switzerland, 4 points. Denmark, 1 point. Gibraltar and Georgia faltering at the bottom. Group E, Slovakia, 3 points. Wales, 3 points. Hungary, 3 points. Croatia, 3 points. And Azerbaijan without a point. So, this group might be one of the tightest groups we will see in qualifiers. Group F, Spain topping the group, 6 points. Sweden, 4 points, Romania 3 points, Malta 3 points, Norway 1 point, and Faroe Islands without a point. Group G, Poland doing really, really well. I know Pavel Skozakowski. I could never say your name. You will be so happy right now. 6 points. Israel 4 points. Macedonia 4 points. Slovenia 2 points. My man Žiga Karun will be definitely happy. 2 draws and 2. And, you know, they will fancy themselves to, you know, pick up more points in this group and fight for a qualifying place. Then we have Austria and Latvia faltering at the bottom of the table. Group H, France, Le Bleu, World Cup winners, man. Flying high, 6 points. Turkey, 6 points as well. Albania, 3 points. Iceland, 3 points. Andorra and Moldova at the bottom. Group I, Belgium, perfect so far with 6 points. One of the favorites to win Euro 2020. You know, World Cup, they were third. Russia, they are really, really good form. You know, they're second in the group. Kazakhstan third. Cyprus fourth. Scotland fifth. And San Marino at the bottom. Last group, Group J. Italy topping the group so far, 6 points. Greece second, 4 points. With a great comeback today versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina third with 4 points. Finland fourth, 3 points. Armenia and Liechtenstein at the bottom without a point. Guys, it has been awesome covering these fixtures, man. 6 days in a row, I delivered videos every single day with a few match analysis in between as well. It's hard work, man. It's hard work, you know, having to do your day job and coming home, you know, watching games as well, then coming home, doing this, you know, packaging everything right for you guys. I appreciate everyone who watched the videos, especially those of you guys who watch the videos to the very, very, very end. If you're getting to the end of this video right now, I want you to leave a hashtag that says Rich Squad in the comment section down below. That's how I know you got to the end of the video. You're the real MVP. And if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button. Leave any comment you want down below. Let me know what was your favorite moment of, you know, the first 2 match days of Euro 2020 qualifiers. And until my next video, I'd like to say thank you and peace out. Rich Squad.